Let's see what's going on, guys and girls. What is up? And I have been busy. I have not been online in the last like 20, close to 24 hours. And why have I not been online? I have been out and about getting these printed. I've already got a few of them already cut out. Let's see. Darla. Dave Little. Red 45. Red 45. It's all ready. It's good to go. Glenn Perot. We got the number 4 for you. You better believe it. There it is. Glenn B. I always mess up your name, so I'm not going to mess up your name. There we go. Glenn. And Bobby Catalano. Now I'm looking for Bobby Catalano today because she has a gift coming her way. Our winner did not get back in touch with me, so I'm looking for Bobby today. I have some other cars that I have yet to cut out. There's me, number 18. Fast Eddie Chilton, Chris, OG, and D. Scott Howard. Then we got 20 of us total. If you notice, look at red, white, and blue right there. Yep, Keith Avalon. How about that? Keith, the inventor of the game. He's the CEO. We gave him a number 1 red, white, and blue car, along with Robbie and Ken Castro and David Demos and Paul Govier. And there's their TV car. There's the regular car. Then this was an idea by OG. He sent me that car, the Masked Driver. We may go with that. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Hammer Time, 34 car. ID Jester, 77. Amish Elvis and Michael B in the 1 car. So we do have 2 number 1 cars, but who cares? We're fine with that. Yep. So I'm going to stay online for a couple more minutes. If anybody's interested in making a comment, make a comment. I've got one other car that I did not get printed because it didn't get in. It got in time, but it did not get in time before I got my my printing done. It belongs to, who the hell's car is it? I've got it written down somewhere. But I know I've got one more car. I may have it in my pocket. I may have it in my emails. I've got one more though. I know I do. I may, you know what? May have it on my phone here, straight up on my Discord. Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. There we go. Ba, 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 ba. Let's see. Trying to figure out what time of day I got in touch with this person because this person. Oh yeah, man! Did you see your car? Did you see it? 00. Check it out. Check that damn thing out. Check it out. One of them's a TV. Now, if you've never seen us race before, one of them's a TV car. That's why we have to have 2 cars for each driver. We got one more. We got one more guy. I think it's a guy anyway. Let me look and see. Bob Barwick, okay? Okay. Bob Barwick, if you're out there, Borrowick. I am going to have to do my hand artistry and make you a red 69 car, fire engine red. And I've got fast pit and escape both at 6, and control, reflex, and skill. And that will give us 21 cars. How about that, guys? 21s to start the season. And I know I said I gave until 9 p.m. tonight, so I'm good at my word. If I have to draw 5 cars, I'll do it. But nobody's going to do as good as OG did. I mean, look at this. Check out Fast Eddie Chilton there. Look at that 9 car. Look at that damn car. How sharp that car is. Fast Eddie. That's Bleacher Bums. Anthony. That's Anthony's car. So. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am. I just got back from the printing shop just a little while ago. It's a little bit of a ride for me. It's a little over an hour to where I like to go get it printed. So I went to the print shop this morning and I got them to do it for me. And I said, "What the hell? This is probably going to be one of my giveaways if somebody gets red, white, and blue racing." So you guys remember this shit. I got multiples. So if anybody else gets red, white, and blue racing, I may end up doing a giveaway on some of the cars. Okay. I got some extras though. In case something happens or whatever, I got some extras. So big shout out to FedEx. FedEx hooked me up today. The FedEx office. I got in there at 9 o'clock and they had me out at 9:15. So big shout out to those guys. They do an awesome job. I always look forward to dealing with them. I know it's always not the easiest thing to have to deal with little small card stock because they are so damn small. I mean, look, they are some small ass cards. They really are. But yeah, I actually saw Keith the other night, and I didn't actually talk to him, but I did leave a message for him, and he said he's going to try to catch some of our races if possible. Probably not live, which is cool. I don't have a problem. The man's creating games, but so are some of these other guys I'm talking to all the time. Anthony Crooks, he's going to be on tomorrow night. And yes, folks, I am going to be on ID Jester's show tomorrow evening, which will be Sunday, 8 p.m. He had to move the time from Tuesday up until Sunday. He's got a medical procedure he's going through on Wednesday. And for whatever reason, I don't get into people's personals. All he asked me was, "Rob, can you do it on Sunday night?" I said, "Rob can do it on Sunday night." So I try to help out people as much as I can, every chance I can. If you notice, Ms. Rob is not around. She's gone now for a while. She's gone for a few days. So she'll be back. What kind of show does Jester do? Jester's going to do a baseball show. We're going to do a preseason show. 3 or 4 of us he's going to interview. At last note, he didn't have a 3. So one person had to back out because Sunday wouldn't work for him. But it's going to be at 8 p.m. on his channel. And it's just going to be talking about the baseball season. I don't know for a fact, but I think I heard Strat say he didn't know enough about it to be to feel good about it. But baseball is my thing, man. Baseball has always been my thing. So he interviews people on Tuesday night anyway, just interviews YouTubers. And I've watched a few of his shows. He's interviewed let's see who all has he interviewed. Dave Little. He's interviewed Strat. He's interviewed now who is this lady that does the oh Lord, I'm gonna get in trouble now. There's a lady he had last week. One of Bobby's friends, Bobby Catalano's friends. And I think she does, oh God, what's the name of one of these games? Somebody comes in here, they got to help me out. It's not sports related at all. It ain't Tomb Raider, but what the hell is it called? I'm going to get myself in so much trouble here not knowing my shit. Thrones, Game of Thrones. Is that a game? Maybe. Anyway, I don't know whether they relive it. I don't know whether they replay it. I don't understand it at all. I tried to watch it for a little while, and I told Bobby, I said, "Look, don't get upset with me, but I'm in my 50s. Game of Thrones is just so far over my damn head." So she understood. She didn't give me a hard time about it. Just called me old, which I'm cool with that shit. I am old, so I'm okay with that. What's up, Anthony? Oh, have you seen your car yet? Have you seen your car? It's been cut out. It's been cut out. It is already trimmed back. Let me hold my right arm, man. My left arm just is. How's that? How is that? You happy with that one? All right, good. Good. I just got back from the print shop and I got all these done. So check out Keith's, Keith Avalon. Check out Keith's number 1 car, red, white, and blue. Demos, Paul Govier, Ken Castro's 92 car, Robbie, Hammer Time, ID Jester, Amish Elvis's, Michael B. And they wanted to have the mass driver. In case we're gonna let somebody yeah, I know it. Keith's car is cool. Red. I came up with red, white, and blue. A lot of people wanted different numbers, and I just said, look, why not have him be a number 1? If anybody is number 1, the guy is number 1. So why the hell not? Keith didn't ask for a number, but he does mention us, the series, the racing series, and I'm just calling it the YRL, YouTube Racing League. And what's up, Dave? Dave, has Dave seen his car yet? They're printed. They are out. They are about. Check that bad boy out. Yeah, that's the deal. Thought is the real deal. Just had him. I went to the printers, and as soon as I went to the printers, Robbie, first race probably maybe tomorrow. I may have one as early as tomorrow. 15 lap races. A lot of people are fearing that we're gonna lose too many cars. I'm like this about it. We got right now. We've got 21 cars. We got 21 cars in our series now. So well, I think we're going to split it one. I mean, like front, top group, middle group, bottom group, and even in the middle group part, split the middle group in half. It'd be quick races too. It's really going to be fast. But there are going to be some guys that fall out, heading out for a run. All right there, Anthony. I got you, man. I'm glad you got to see your car before you left. But I'm going to have to draw 1 car up out myself. I'm going to have to do that myself. So I'm going to give at least 24 hours notice before I do race, or at least 12 hours. But if I'm going to race tomorrow, it'll probably be 11:30 or noon Eastern time. That way the people out west can watch too. I know OG's out west. He'd like to watch. Um, yeah, and Dave, you're Central Time, right? Central Time. And I want you folks to realize you're not talking to just any nut here. You're not just talking to any nut. If you check one of my last two videos, I said we're going to have an upset in the first round. I said Liberty University. Liberty over Mississippi State. I called it. Boom. Called it. And I still say a number one seed gets bumped this weekend. I think so. I think a one seed. It's not Duke. It's not Gonzaga, and it's not Carolina. So you just figure from that. I think UVA is gone. Bye. See you later, UVA. I really think so. I think that's the end of. I think people here on the East Coast, they were holding their breath last night when they saw them down 8 points or 10 points or whatever it was. They're going to lose. They're going to lose. They just got they have so much pressure on them right now. They're going to lose. They are going to lose. I really feel it. You wouldn't believe the pressure that team feels on itself. And don't be surprised. Now, I don't think it's going to happen, but don't be surprised if Liberty beats Virginia Tech. I don't think it will happen, but don't be surprised if it happens. I'm saying, I've said all along, Duke's going to win it all. I still say Duke's going to win it all. I think they have the most talent. People, the first thing comes back to me is every time Duke has no bench. Duke hasn't had a bench all year, folks. And Duke has beat Duke is, they've beaten Carolina. They've beaten Gonzaga. They've beaten, I think they've definitely got the number one pick if he doesn't get hurt. I think so. And 3 years into the NBA, he's probably going to be the best player in the NBA. Not to say that he may not be next year. So, they've got the conference going on with the NCAA starting in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whenever right after the basketball's over with, to try to figure out new ways to keep players in. And I've said all along, simply do this with them. Give them a pen, piece of paper. If you want to join the draft, that's fine. Go join the draft right out of high school. But if you don't make an NBA roster and you're 18 years old, you wait 2 years. Then you can go to college. 2 years. Penalize them. Don't just let every kid that comes out of college say, well, I'm going to the NBA. I'm going to the NBA. Guess what? It's not that many spots out there. But if they're willing to go to college, you make them sign the contract and make it clear. You're here for 4 years. You're here for 4 years. You don't have to pay a dime as long as you're here, as long as you stay out of trouble, as long as you go to school for 4 years. That'll get rid of it. That'll cure it right there. Because Zion would have never touched the university. He never would have touched Durham and Duke University. Not one. He wouldn't have touched the dirt there had he not had to go. And now Duke, every year they're just transferring ones and they're out of here. Ones and they're and if you remember, folks, 10 years ago, Mike Krzyzewski would not touch a guy that was going to leave early, or 10, 12 years ago. Now, if you don't, you're going to be, you're going to be Rhode Island State or whatever the hell, you're not going to have a chance if you're not willing to take these guys. So coaching has changed a lot over the last 10 years. And that's what I think will change things. If these guys leave school out early, you have then got a student debt. You then got student debt on your hands. And that's it. Good as anybody else out here, doctors, lawyers, whoever the hell else. Whoever. If you leave school early, you owe for all 4 years. Whether you go 6 months or 3.5 years, you owe for 4 years and you have to pay it out of pocket. That's the way I think they should do it. Now, if they do it that way, we'll see. But I'll believe it when I see it anyway, because they don't want to put the pressure on these kids because they're 18. Their parents smell money. That's a problem. Their parents are smelling the money. This idiot Ball out there in L.A. Ugh, I just get so fed up watching that clown. Was it LeVar Ball or whatever? I mean, he's driving his kids crazy, screaming and hollering and shit. And I mean, his son plays for the Lakers. He's got everything, he's got everything laid out. And now his dad wants to, I don't want him here no more. I want him in Phoenix and all this kind of junk. Give it up. Give it up already. Just give it up. I get so fed up watching some of these clowns on TV, all this type of stuff. Still no Dallas Keuchel signing. I think that's going to be a big deal when he does sign. He was in San Diego Thursday or Friday one talking to them guys. He can make that team a legit contender this year if they sign him. I mean, they've got to have all the dominoes fall in place, but look at LA. They're falling apart at the seams. They've got 4 pitchers starting on the DL starting the season. So I mean, that team is in disarray. They're in some serious trouble. And then they lost their whole outfield. They just shredded their outfield and got rid of them. Puig and Kemp shipped them off to Cincinnati. So we'll see what happens. But I tell you, it's going to be interesting. And then Kimbrel, everybody's saying Kimbrel's going to the Braves. All I know was Kimbrel says if he didn't get 3 years, was it 3 years or 5 years? And he wants 150. He wants 150 million for a closer. If somebody pays that dude 30 mil a year, they're nuts. You're nuts. And I'm glad. I'm a Boston fan, but I'm glad they're not paying him that amount. If he comes in there and they say, okay, here's 18 million, here's 20 mil, one season, fine. But somebody that throws the ball that hard, 5 years, 150 million, you're nuts. You are nuts. That might be the worst contract you could take of all of them, including, people talking about Trout, and that might be the worst contract you could take, a $30 million closer. Because you got to get there. You got to get through 7 innings or 8 innings before you even worry about, before you worry about a closer. I've seen that closer by committee deal work for teams for a while. Maybe not the whole season, but I think it works pretty good sometimes anyway. So we're going to try to get some of this racing going here very, very soon. Do you have the red, white, and blue racing, Dave? Oh, okay. Yeah. I've got the email or the PDF of this if you are interested in having some of these guys, some of us bunch of nuts out here racing. So I'm offering it to anybody because, I just ended up being the one people said, yeah, let's get the race going. So I said, okay, I'm cool with that. But I've got over 100 tracks now in my set. You wouldn't believe how many small tracks now I've got. And they're pretty cool. They really are. Pretty cool. So hit that one off closer. Paul's gonna be pissed at me. Cut your card off a little bit, Paul. You're all right though. We didn't take it back. Did you make your own tracks? No. I did not make my own tracks. I got the Legends set. Is it Legends or what the hell? Something like that. They send you like 24 or 30 tracks then. a bunch of damn tracks. Then I went on a PDF on the free site, on the website, and I probably got another 20, 25 or something. And I already had 20 some already. So I may not have quite 100, but I've got a bunch. I've got a bunch. And most of all these tracks are going to be 15 laps, one pit stop rather, 15 laps, and I don't want even nothing, not even a half mile. I've got some guys that are looking into making some tracks, but I'm not doing it myself. Nope. I've got my brother is looking into possibly making some wrestlers for the face to the mat game, which that should be cool as crap too, because he is big into it. I got him into wrestling when he was a kid. I used to take him to the old NWA Armory matches where Wahoo McDaniel, Ric Flair, and Arn, and well, mostly Ole and Gene Anderson at the time. Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood, Ivan Koloff before Nikita. Who was with Ivan at the time? Maybe it was Jim Nelson. Maybe it was Private Nelson. Maybe he didn't. I didn't forget who the hell he had with him. Sergeant Slaughter. I saw an interview with Slaughter the other day. In fact, that was pretty cool. Ernie Ladd. Oh yeah, Ernie the cat, the big cat. Yeah, I actually saw an interview. I actually followed Sergeant Slaughter on what do they call it? Oh shit, Twitter. I followed him for a while. Bob Remus, Robert Remus, that's his name, and he he was he came out with a live interview though. That's the first one I've seen in a while of him. He's a good guy. He's an all around good guy. I've talked to him in person, and he's a real good guy. I used to know Johnny Weaver pretty well. I used to go to a lot of wrestling events where he would help host. I knew him. Let's see who the hell else. Don Kernodle. Don, he lives outside of Burlington, North Carolina. He goes to some wrestling events now, still down there. Indie scene. He does some of that indie stuff. You see him once in a while down there if you go down that way. They've got the Crockett Cup relived or revisited or whatever. The guy from the NWA, what's that bald headed guy that owns the NWA? Smashing Pumpkins guy. I can't think of his name. But anyway, they're going to have the Crockett Cup the 27th of Billy Corgan. Yeah, Billy Corgan. I'm reserving judgment on him right now. I don't know exactly what to think about that guy. His championship choices is kind of makes me wonder sometimes. When you take a guy that was in TNA is a bumbling, stumbling bunch of goofs as far as I'm concerned. They just have, they tape stuff a month ahead of time or 2 months ahead of time. That this day and age, you can't do that. You can't do that. People going to know, somebody goes to a live event and then next, hey, but Rob, guess what? Guess who's the new TNA champion? Oh man, really? Okay. You see it online. You look it up online. Then it takes them 6 weeks to show it on TV. So that's my big downer on that. I a whole lot rather watch Ring of Honor. Just something about Ring of Honor I like better. Maybe because I lived up in the Northeast for so long. I don't know, but it's just something about the TNA. It just kind of just doesn't hit me right. And it's and I don't think it's all about what's her name owning it. She owned it and she tried to screw it up, but she didn't mess it up that bad. With the oil millionaire's daughter. the hell's her name? Carter, Dixie Carter. Yeah, her dad's a millionaire down, owns the oil shares and shit. So, yeah, yeah, she's something. If you can't call her anything else, she's something, all right. But I've seen her at a lot of live events, along with uh, Sadler, Hermie Sadler. Hermie's a good guy. Hermie's a real good guy. He just, I think he just got in over his head as far as when he thought they could make something happen. I just think they just got in over their head on that deal. But you know, from what I've seen AEW do so far, and this is just personal opinion, I've not been real impressed by those guys yet. I really thought they were going to go steal somebody from WWE, and they're not getting that guy. Who's the guy that keeps saying he's leaving WWE? That's a big bunch of junk. Way I understand, he's already under contract with them. The guy that was in there, what the hell? His wife does announcing and stuff. He's not leaving, the way I understand. Ambrose, yeah. Way I understand, that's all a front. It's all a front. They're not. Why? Number one, why would they even say it? Why would they even mention it? I mean, when anybody else leaves the company, all they do is remove them from the website. They don't even want to mention their name. I'd like for wrestling to return to how it used to be in the 70s and early 80s. Good matches and interviews and very little soap opera stuff. Well, yeah, that's right. Number one, you need a good interviewer. A good interviewer. And personally, this is me, totally just me. I would not tell the interviewer anything of what's going to happen around them. Then when you're surprised, you know, I'm sure people have told you, okay, look, we're going to mom's house today. And I know you like pizza. And she didn't tell you this, but she's going to have 12 pizzas on the table when you get there. And then you go like this. Okay. Then mom knows somebody told you ahead of time. Same deal there with the announcers. Don't tell the announcers every damn thing you're going to do before you do it. I mean, you got to include them if you're going to get their asses whipped or whatever. But other than that, don't go spilling the beans all the way across the board. But the problem is this: the people in creative can't shut their damn mouth. If people in creative could shut their mouths, we wouldn't know what the hell's going to happen. I mean, they tell you what the hell's going to happen on Raw before the night even starts. And that idiot, what's that idiot clown at? He's the wrestling observer or whatever the hell his name is. Yeah, that guy, he knows it all, and 90% of the time he has no clue. But he comes out and he tells everybody what's going to happen anyway, But I don't know. Just there's so many things they could do with wrestling to change it, and parts of ROH I like, parts of New Japan I like. I can't tell you nothing in WWE that I would sit there and it's like, yeah, okay, all right. And if it's one girl on there that makes you want to watch it, well, that's a kid 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. They used to have some real good-looking girls on there in the 90s. No doubt about that. I won't deny that. But a grown guy more often than not wants to at least watch something that's going on with wrestling. Best wrestling lady I ever saw wrestle was Medusa Michelli. Medusa was good looking, but she could get them bust ass too. She could fight like a son of a bitch. And then after that, she got out there and started doing that monster trucks and all that shit. Hey man, I tell you what. And she goes to some of these indie events now. Yeah. She goes to some of these indie events now and she tells people the deal. Like, yeah, can I have a picture of you and get people trying to reach and grab it? She knocks shit out of them. That's the way to do it. Just cool it with Cool it with the PR at first. Well, a lot of things. A lot of things. Just cool it with all the PR of when you're a bad guy. Don't have them out there the next day. Okay, I'd like to sign an autograph for you. Oh yeah, and I like the way you turned on this guy last night. What? Keep them low. Make them lay low. If you're going to have them, pick out the guys that want to be okay. Who wants to be a heel? And you get them in the back room and be like, okay, this is the way we're going to do things. If you're one of our faces, you're going to go out before the matches, and you're going to go out and sign shit. Yeah, yeah, and and then they had that 70-year-old woman out there taking her top off. Like, really? And it's not ratings. What the hell is it then? Come on, come on. I just some of the shit that Vince does. I just wonder sometimes. Like, okay, who in their right mind agrees with this clown? You know, yeah, he pays your checks, but you know they're going to Fox here soon. They're going to Fox in October. They're heading to Fox. How long is Fox going to put up with that crap? You know, how long are they actually going to put up with it? And I'm not, I'm not hearing people in USA Network right now whining. I don't hear them crying. So I don't know. Just ROH needs to get away from being on TV at midnight, 1 and 2 in the morning. They need to get themselves a regular TBS, TNT, True TV, something, Discovery Channel, whatever, and get a 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock evening Sunday evening, and a Saturday, anytime on Saturday. Kid, growing up and a kid both will watch that, and do it that way, and fix yourself a studio. Have yourself a damn studio, and have people pay $10 to get and be on. 100 people, whatever. And if you remember the old WCW, now of course David Crockett's not a good illustration. Shivani was okay; he wasn't the greatest in the world, but Bob Caudle, he was as good as they ever come. Hold your ears if you like Jim Ross. I think Jim Ross was a clown. See, I didn't never like him. I liked the guy in Florida. What the hell was his name? He passed away just last couple of years. Brother. What the hell was his name? He was funny as shit. Florida Championship Wrestling. Gordon Soley. He was as good as he ever was. I mean, you watch some of these clowns on AWA with I can't even think of the guy's name. He used to do AWA. Yeah, he was awesome. Gordon Soley was awesome, but Bob Caudle, he was Mid Atlantic. He did a lot of North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland area stuff. A little bit of Georgia, and he's from down there around Raleigh area. And they used to have a lot of good wrestling around Raleigh. Sam Miniker, WWA stuff in Indianapolis with Dick the Bruiser. Okay. All right. See, AWA wrestling was not hard to watch, but some of those clowns they had announcing it. Ron Trongard and Vern Gagne. Vern Gagne he had some pretty good angles going on, but my God, was he a homer? I mean, oh my Lord, you can't do that to my son, Greg. I mean, come on. That was a little bit over the damn top there with that. But some of that Pacific Coast wrestling was pretty good too. Also, if you see Bobby Catalano today, I was unable to get back in touch with the winner of my 50 subscriber thing. She's a winner, so I got to find her and get something mailed off to her Monday. So I want to do that. It's almost lunchtime here on the East Coast. It's 11:25. Like I still say Virginia loses. I think tomorrow they lose, but we'll see. They're going to lose soon anyway. They're not going to make it very, very far. I'm still taking Duke. Duke may, they're not the glamorous choice. Everybody wants to pick against them. You got a lot of people taking Carolina. I mean, are you talking about UVA or are you talking about Duke? Talking about Duke losing? Is that a bold statement saying Duke's going to lose? I mean, going to win? I think so. I really believe UVA. And if you look back at my other video, yeah, I think they are. They may make it through tomorrow, but I don't think they're going much further. I really don't. I really, really, really don't. Um, I didn't like Louisville in this tournament, and they got beat first round. Is Syracuse playing today? Did Syracuse make it? My son knows way more about hoops than I do. He took Houston. Houston. I've watched them play some, and Houston, they can look like Golden State Warriors. But if you watch the Golden State Warriors this year, you never know what the hell you're getting. Golden State Warriors is the best team in the NBA. The other night they got beat by 26 points to what the hell? Phoenix beat them? 26. Like, where in the hell did they come from? They got their heads so far up their asses they don't know what they're doing. That's Houston. Houston does not. I don't know. Did Iowa State win the other night? I haven't even looked. Iowa State. I watched them play the Big 12 tournament, and I really believe those last two games in the Big 12 tournament, they played as good as anybody, including Duke. Did they? Oh my God. Iowa State, I would not have picked against them to go as far as they wanted to go. I would have had a hard time picking Duke against them. I saw those guys play the other week, and I'm telling you, that they look like pros. Then they lose to Ohio State. Yeah, that's the best thing about this tournament. Best thing, and people we ain't a 3 out of 5. We ain't a 5 out of 7. Good. Maybe more things need to be that way. Maybe more basketball needs to be that way. One and done. Bye-bye. See you later. Baseball, maybe they need to do it that way. The only bad thing about baseball is you wouldn't get a chance to see. No, I know it. I'm with you. Ohio State, I just saw their record. I hadn't even seen them play, but people had told me that they got beat by some bad teams. But that's a way to push it aside and be like, guess what? We're here. We're here. We don't care what you like. I haven't heard near as much griping this year about the selection committee. They must have done pretty good. And if some of these upset teams are winning, then that's a good thing because that way it at least shows, okay, maybe you know what the hell you're talking about. But I've been playing the 86-87 season with the Celtics, and I'm playing them in the playoffs now. with that setup I got the other day, somebody told me about. That's a pretty cool ass game, man. It really is. It's just a cool game. Is Dave around? Dave, sometimes Amish Elvis. Sometimes Dave goes to other sites or whatever. He just listens to me. So Dave, if you're around, Amish Elvis wants to know: does your computer basketball game also play college too, or just pro games? Hang around, Elvis. Hang around. something else to show you in a minute too. These are getting cut out. So if you're around Dave Little, pop back in here for a second. Yeah. Dave is the ever, I mean, he's the epitome. Oh, okay. I thought maybe he knew. I thought maybe he already knew. They do have college. They do have some college. Ah, and who does Amish Elvis like? That's one hell of a name, Amish Elvis. It's pretty cool. All right. How's the wind been where everybody's at? Man, the wind's been kicking like a son of a bitch on the East Coast, man. Damn. My God. Is the wind going to stop? I want to go fishing sometime. Yeah, I didn't feel one out either. You know, I didn't have time to. I knew the wife was going out of town. I knew I was going to get these damn things run off. I just knew I had stuff going on. I really did. I knew I had, you know, I call it adult shit, whatever you want to call it. I need to get out there and mow today before this rain comes. But but I just seeded my grass too, so I don't know, kind of in between on that. But I didn't feel one out. But I'd come on here once in a while and I tell people which ones I think is going to win. Um, let me look. Let me look at today's games. Ah, wife just got in touch with me. I just got some gas. That's cool, cool beans. All right, she's rolling. Okay, Maryland, LSU. LSU's a 4-point favorite. I'll take LSU. Wofford, Kentucky. I'll take Kentucky. Michigan, Florida. Florida. I'm taking Florida there. Murray State, FSU. Murray State's 12. Who the hell did they beat? Wofford does have some talent. They do, but I don't think they're going to beat Kentucky. I don't think they're going to beat Kentucky. Kentucky, man. Kentucky might be one of the 3 top teams in the country as far as just having it all. Who the hell did Murray State beat? Let me go back here. Murray State. Murray State beat Marquette. Oh, by 19. Who the hell are they playing today? Florida State. I'll take Murray State. I'll say Florida State gets boop. Gonzaga, 14 points. They're not going to win that much, by that much, but they're going to win. Michigan State. Wow, you got to play another Big Ten team. You never like doing that. Villanova, they're favored to lose. I mean, they're supposed to lose today. Don't be surprised if they win. I'm telling you, don't be surprised. And Auburn, they're the ones that won by 1 point the other night. Where the hell? Let's see. Where the hell are they playing Kansas at? Home Arena. Where the hell is Home Arena at? Salt Lake City, Utah. I'll take Kansas. I'll take Kansas on that game. All right, so I'm gonna take Kansas. I'm taking Jay Wright and Villanova. I'm taking Michigan State. I'm taking Gonzaga, but I would not give 14 points. No way. I'm taking Murray State. I'm taking Florida. I'm taking Kentucky. I'm taking LSU, but that one, I know their coaching stuff is that deal's up in the air, and they're in some serious trouble there. And wouldn't it be something if they end up winning and then end up taking the championship from them? But their coach is in some deep doo doo, and he's he ended up getting the axe. So But he's in more trouble than that. He can serve time. That's the way it's supposed to look. That's the way it's supposed to look. So I can't hardly tell it. I have to wear my glasses in order to be able to tell which one's which. Would you guys rather get a race going during the week, or see? Because Sunday night I can't do it. Sunday night I've got that interview with ID Jester. They bumped it up, Dave. We were going to do it Tuesday night. Now they did it. Now he's got it set up for Sunday night. Sunday night would be a perfect time for me to do race one, but obviously I can't do it, and I wouldn't go against him. Wouldn't go up against him if I could. With Monday night, it's going to be short. It's going to be a short race, so I won't be going up against Monday Night Tights and Steve Tower. Which one would work better for you guys? Would you rather have it Monday evening or tomorrow morning? Tomorrow, before lunch or whatever. I'd like to do it before the games come on, especially before Duke plays. But yeah, I got a set knocked out right there. Monday night, let's do it. Steve's on at 8:30. What if I come on 7:30 Eastern? Is that too early? 7:30? I'll have qualifying done. So 7:45. How's 7:45 Eastern? We can knock that race out in less than 30 minutes. I'm going to come up with all the rules, the league rules, and I'm going to discuss them and have a video on that this evening. I think I'm going to do that. I got one more card to make, and then we're going to have 21. I will be in Taekwondo, but I can catch a late replay. All right. I may do it. I may do it 7:00 Eastern. Then that'll work. 7:00. Then it'll be on for you as soon as you get there. I may do that then. 7:00 Eastern. Probably be planning on doing the first live race. Rules to the racing. I'm going to have that this afternoon. Point systems. This is going to be our rookie campaign or our first season. So we have to decide on how many races. Well, we want 15 races, 20, or 25. I don't care. I really don't. But I think I'm going to go with the old point system of the 1980s point system, where if you lead a lap at the end of a turn, not in the middle of a turn, but at the end of a turn, you lead. And lead to most laps, you get another 5 points. Both ways, you get 5 points, and I think that's going to work. I really do. Should be interesting. Should be fun. And if we can get a couple of 3 races in before they start the baseball season thing going on, maybe we can intertwine and intermingle and be like, okay, what time you want to have your baseball thing? As soon as it's over with, I'll do a race, or okay, as soon as I'm over with, you do a baseball game, whatever. So I think I'm going to try to work in with those guys, because they're getting a lot of people interested in that. So I've been hearing a lot about it. Let's say it that way, but not quite as much about my thing here. A little thing going on here, so not a whole lot being said about my little race league. But YouTube Race League, YRL, catch us on Monday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be race 1, and I don't know where it's going to be from yet, but I'll figure that out, and I'll have a whole schedule. I think maybe I might make it a 20 race schedule, and we'll do it that way. All right, I am out of here. It is 20 of 12. Go Duke. And you got my picks. My picks are on here. So Just go back and you can say, "Ha, Rob, you got them wrong." If I missed, if I missed. Have a good one, Dave. You folks have a great, great day. Have a good one, Amish Elvis. Um, Anybody and everybody, if you're still interested, 9 p.m. this evening is the deadline if you want a car. 21 cars in our field so far. We can make it 25. We can go higher. Thanks a lot, folks. Have a great day.